Now new details following this weekend's deadly small plane crash in Lake Okeechobee. The twin engine went down near the Pahokee Airport. All 5 people on board, most of whom were from South Florida, were killed. 4 of the victims worked for the same law firm. CBS 4's Joan Murray is live outside the offices of Peterson Bernard in Fort Lauderdale. Joan.
Well, this is one of 3 offices on the 5th floor here of the Landmark Bank building in Fort Lauderdale, a couple of blocks from the Broward Courthouse. This is a firm in mourning as they try to unravel this mystery.
It is an enormous loss reflected in the top of the Peterson Bernard Law Firm webpage. The names of the 4 attorneys killed Friday when their charter plane crashed into Lake Okeechobee: Ted Mortel, Heather Bridwell, Matthew Fiorello, and Eric Peterson. Divers also found the 5th victim, pilot Eduardo Mulet, in shallow water.
He really prided himself on being a pilot with precision and competency, and he was definitely a man of the book.
But something went horribly wrong as Mulet was returning to South Florida. He was piloting a twin-engine Piper PA-23250 similar to this one. The 4 attorneys had flown to Tampa on business and were supposed to be back Friday afternoon. They left the Tampa airport 2:21. They were due to arrive at the North Palm Beach County Airport 3:35 p.m. But an hour into the flight, there was a problem with the plane and it crashed into the lake.
He was compassionate, he was charismatic, he was caring, he was kind.
36-year-old attorney Matthew Fiorello interned and then spent 3 years with the Broward Public Defender's Office. He leaves behind a wife and 2 young daughters. Outside the courtroom, Fiorello played in a band. Public Defender Gordon Weeks says Fiorello was someone you cannot forget.
We have him in our hearts, we have him in our minds, and we will always remember how great he was when he was here.
The same said of the law firm's co-founder, 73-year-old Eric Peterson, married over 50 years, a father and grandfather.
My heart fell and sank.
Ralph Campanella is Peterson's longtime neighbor in Lighthouse Point.
To me, he was like the teenage kid who finally got the money to buy his cars of his dreams.
All 4 lawyers being remembered for not just what they brought to their successful practice, but how they practiced living lives that mattered.
Now, a GoFundMe page has been set up for Matthew Fiorello. You can get more on that going to our webpage, cbsmiami.com. I did speak with the National Transportation Safety Board today, and I was told that they did recover the wreckage of the plane. It's been taken to a private hangar where investigators are looking for clues, and they expect to have a preliminary cause of that crash in 2 weeks' time. In Fort Lauderdale, Joan Murray, CBS 4 News.